Are you a lesbian and you have zero lesbian friends? Are you wondering why you have zero lesbian friends? Do you want to make lesbian friends? If you've answered yes to all of the above, then stay tuned throughout the entire video message because I have made this video for you. The title, as you can see, is Why You Have Zero Lesbian Friends. I'm going to help you with answering that question today. I am Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Here on my YouTube channel, I provide my lesbian perspective. And if that interests you, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video. Thank you. Why you have zero lesbian friends. The reason why you have zero lesbian friends is because nobody knows that you're a lesbian. Right. See, you're not letting anyone know that you're a lesbian. And so you're kind of attracting people who either are indifferent to making friends with lesbians, or they just don't know you're a lesbian, so they treat you like you are a heterosexual person, and that's just kind of like your default friendship group. They're more than likely heterosexual people, or they're people who are closeted. You may even run into people who are bigoted, homophobic. And so you're kind of subconsciously putting yourself around these people and attracting these people because you're not letting people know that you're a lesbian. And you're not letting people know that you're a lesbian because for some reason you think since you know that you're a lesbian, you feel like other people will eventually find out that you're a lesbian. You think somehow they should know that you're a lesbian without you telling them. But this is not always the case. I mean, there are stereotypical ideas or images of how a lesbian is. Generally, they refer to lesbians as being very masculine presenting, and she always is probably hanging out with guys, but that's not all lesbians. And so if you fall into the category of the stereotypical lesbian, well, you first want to ask yourself why you have zero lesbian friends. Because I'll help you out, but you also need to really contemplate why you have zero lesbian friends. So say you are a masculine presenting lesbian, and say that you are typically always hanging around men. Well, that's why you have zero lesbian friends, because you are choosing to hang around men all the time. You are not making any effort to be around lesbians. But what if you don't fall into the stereotypical lesbian view? Maybe you're not physically masculine presenting. You may be feminine presenting, or you just may be androgynous, or you just may be a woman who they consider as just the daily average looking woman. There's nothing too dramatic, or there's not something typically about your physical external appearance that would make someone think, oh, she must be a lesbian. So you know that you're a lesbian, but you don't let people know that you're a lesbian. So you're hanging around people who treat you like you're a heterosexual female. And you never basically let them know I'm a lesbian, or you never talk about being a lesbian or having experiences as a lesbian, or you don't talk about any information or details about lesbians. You don't even mention relationships between women. Maybe you are single. Maybe you have a girlfriend, but you don't let people know that you're in a relationship with a woman. And so nobody knows that you're a lesbian. And you're only attracting people who are either heterosexual or they're closeted. Some of these people may even be very bigoted and homophobic because they don't know that you're a lesbian. Now, there are other reasons why you have zero lesbian friends. You are a lesbian, and you don't really want to go out and make new friends. And the reason why is because you usually are always hanging out around your family. So you're very family oriented, which is fine. But you're the kind of lesbian who thinks all you need is your family. You don't need anyone else. Or you kind of just befriend the people based on the environments that you regularly visit. For example, maybe at work, you have your work friends. Perhaps you are in school. And school could be at any point in your life. You could be in grade school, you could be in college or university. You just kind of befriend whoever you're around, the setting you're in. Or maybe at church you have your church friends. Maybe you have your political friends. Maybe you have some type of membership that you're involved in, and you just befriend the people within that membership. But your focus is never on making lesbian friends. You are only befriending people based on who happens to be around in your setting, but you're not making any effort to make friends. You just kind of are there. And it's like, okay, so these people are just around me. I'm going to talk to them if we have something in common, if we make each other laugh. All right, cool. I guess we're friends now. But these people are not necessarily real friends. They're more so like acquaintances. So in a sense, you've kind of settled into just being around people and being so familiar with these people that you may call them friends, but they're not technically friends. They're more so just acquaintances. And you feel like something's missing, like you have this emptiness, but you kind of push it away, but it keeps nagging you, and you're like, you don't really recognize what it is until you run into some lesbians and you see lesbians hanging out together and they're having a good time, and you're just like mesmerized. It's like you're just kind of in a trance, just watching these lesbians just get along and laugh and talk and just life is just all good. And then it hits you like a brick. You don't have any lesbian friends. And you're completely devastated because you're like, wait, hold on. I thought that I had friends, but I don't have lesbian friends. So now you realize, okay, I mean, I have my family, everything's great, everything's cool. And you may be out with your family, but some of you are not out with your family. So that also creates a whole nother situation for you. Because a lesbian who is out with her family, her experiences in life are going to be very different from a lesbian who is not out with her family. And if you're still always around your family and you just kind of just settle in with just your family all the time, you don't make any effort to go out and meet lesbians and make lesbian friends. But you feel like, I think I need more in my life. I need more friendships. And you want lesbian friends, but you're just kind of hoping that they'll fall into your lap. But they don't. And the reason why is because you're too comfortable with settling with being around your family only, or around the people who are just in the daily setting environments that you regularly attend. Being a lesbian is more than just being a same-sex attracted female or woman. Being a lesbian is your identity. And you are going to have to make an effort to get to know yourself as well as get to know other lesbians, because you're kind of deceiving yourself by thinking that, oh, well, friendships just happen. You think that friendships just fall in your lap. But no, you actually have to create friendships. You see, if nobody knows that you're a lesbian, or if you're so comfortable with your environment to where you think you don't need any friends, well, then guess what? You won't have any friends. And so that's why you have 0 lesbian friends, because more than likely you are the lesbian who nobody knows is a lesbian. You're like the stereotypical lesbian, so you only hang around other men, so you don't have any lesbian friends. If you're not the stereotypical lesbian, then you just hang around your family all the time, and you are not even out to your family, so you don't have any lesbian friends because nobody knows, even in your family, that you're a lesbian. And if your family does know that you're a lesbian, they really don't know much about you because you don't talk about yourself. You don't talk about what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you desire, what you need. You kind of like put yourself on the back burner. You neglect yourself, and you kind of just focus in on what everybody else wants except for you. And this is another reason why you have 0 lesbian friends. Now, another reason why you have 0 lesbian friends is because you are not the kind of lesbian who feels comfortable enough to tell people that you are a lesbian. So if you're a lesbian and you do not want to be the first one to reveal that you are a lesbian, more than likely what you will do is you will watch other women very intensely, and it won't be the kind of watching that is healthy. It's more so like a nervous, obsessive focus on women because you're very insecure about yourself. And so what you do is to distract yourself from your own life. And so you don't have to feel uncomfortable about your own existence. You focus your attention on other women and you try to spot and pick up clues and signs that there's other lesbians. And you kind of live vicariously through other lesbians. So say, for example, you know some lesbians at school, maybe, and they're confident. They may even have girlfriends, and you're just kind of watching them, and you wish that you can just go up to them and introduce yourself and say, "Hi, my name is, I'm a lesbian," and just, get to know other lesbians and, establish a lesbian friendship. But because you're so insecure with being a lesbian, you will not approach any lesbians. And this is not even about approaching a woman who you are physically attracted to. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. This is strictly about making lesbian friends. So like, you're so unsure of yourself that you are too afraid to make lesbian friends. Like, you have obsessed over other women trying to see who's lesbian, and you're studying them. It's almost like you don't have the confidence to be yourself, but you enjoy watching other women be themselves as lesbians. It's kind of like watching a movie, and it kind of entertains you. It takes your mind off of reality. It takes your mind off of your own real life situation because you just feel crappy and you just kind of are looking out to get some kind of peace of mind. So that's how you live your life. And you're sick of yourself. You're like, okay, this is pathetic. I'm so sick of living vicariously through other lesbians. I have no lesbian friends. What should I do? If you get to that point, then that's good. But you're going to have to take action, because why you have zero lesbian friends is because you don't do anything about it. You are not willing to be the first one to let someone know that you are a lesbian. And you're not letting someone know that you are a lesbian because you're afraid that you're going to be rejected. You're afraid that once you expose the truth about who you are, then that's going to require you to always be your authentic self, and you don't feel ready. So you just shut down and you just stay silent. And another reason why you have zero lesbian friends is because you want lesbian friends. You feel this emptiness. You feel this sense of detachment. And when you see other women who are being free and authentic in being lesbians, some of them are single, some of them are in relationships with other women, you get caught up in watching their life, and you just want what they have, but it always escapes you. It's very refreshing for you to see other lesbians. And there's a reason for that, because you are a lesbian and you have a need for making connections with other lesbians. You are disconnected from other lesbians. And you're craving that bond. It is a friendship bond that you need with another lesbian, because even if you have family in your life, even if you have acquaintances or maybe even other friendships, none of these people identify as lesbian. And having lesbian friendships are extremely unique, and they are invaluable. You will be able to understand each other, relate to each other, have conversations that you're not able to have with just other people. And because that's lacking in your life, you feel depleted. It's a very unfulfilling life when you do not have lesbian friends, when you are a lesbian. So why you have zero lesbian friends is because you're not at a point in your life where you're ready to be yourself. Because once you be yourself, that means that you're going to make lesbian friends. Lesbians will be in your life, and that means other people will see you have lesbian friends. And that's going to expose the truth about who you are. Because people will say, why are you always hanging around these lesbians? Are you a lesbian? And if you are not comfortable, if you're insecure with yourself as a lesbian, you will not be able to handle those questions. You will run away from making lesbian friends, because when you have lesbian friends in your life and you are a good lesbian friend, they're a good lesbian friend, people will notice. They're going to see your friendships. They're going to know who your friends are. And you're going to be in love with your friend group. And the only way that you can have authentic lesbian friendships is that you have to be authentic with yourself first. Because if you are not, then it's going to be easy for people on the outside to interfere with the people who you make friends with. There are people who do not have friends because they're more concerned about what somebody else thinks of them. And they're also concerned about other people not liking who you allow in your life. In other words, you allow people to dictate who you are and who you associate with. And that's why you have zero lesbian friends. The good news is this question, why you have zero lesbian friends, will be answered and resolved for you when you are ready to be a lesbian friend. Lesbians are everywhere. Lesbians make friends all the time. But lesbians have self-worth, they have self-confidence, they have self-love, and they're not going to waste their time with the lesbian who does not even want to acknowledge that she's a lesbian. Lesbians are not going to want to make friends with the lesbian who doesn't think that being friends with other lesbians is a good move, because she thinks it's too risky, that it's going to expose who she is. She's worried about how other people will treat her. So she'd rather just hide and pretend that she doesn't need any lesbian friends. Lesbians make friends with lesbians who know that they're lesbians, who acknowledge that they're lesbians, and who love being lesbians. In order to have lesbian friends, you must be a lesbian friend to yourself. And then you can make lesbian friends with other lesbians. I am Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. Be a lesbian friend, because I am very sure there's another lesbian out there who needs to hear this message. And by liking and sharing the video, it allows other lesbians to be able to get access to this video message, and also be aware about my YouTube channel and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a friendly day.